Lonzo Ball is a player who is expected to be on the Lakers' radar per Jovan Mua. All right, Lonzo. All right, let's spend a little time on Lonzo here real quick. Let me get Laker fans' opinion on what they think about Lonzo Ball. Let me tell you guys what I've watched so far since D'Angelo Russell left the Lakers. I see a team that clearly needs another ball handler. I see Laker fans that are hitting me up all the time. That's like, hey, Al, do you see Austin Reeves? Yeah, he's getting 5-6 turnovers. The guy's got trouble trying to bring the ball up half court. They got bigger guards. Watch tonight how Boston guards Austin Reeves. Because if you give Austin Reeves a bad night, there's a good chance Lakers are going to lose that game. And you guys will see how they end up guarding him, whether it's Derek White, Drew Holiday. We got to see. I don't know who's going to be playing. I know Drew Holiday didn't play yesterday, but that means he probably goes tonight. Big guards, good defensive guards, and Austin Reeves is going to have trouble. So I was looking at Lonzo. Lonzo's 27 years old. Honestly, his stats are not overly impressive. So if you're just looking at his stats, I don't know if his stats are going to tell the story for you. He's played in 23 games, has obviously come off a lot of injuries. 6 points a game, 3 rebounds a game, 3 assists a game, 36% from the field, and 33% from the three-point line. So it's not like Lonzo's killing it. Minutes-wise, I was looking at what kind of minutes he's getting, at least his last few games. So he's probably about 24, 25 minutes a game, something along those lines. I've always been a big fan of Lonzo Ball. I have been. I like his style. I like his game. I've talked about this, Michael Thompson and I for years when we used to do the pregame show together. We would talk about how anytime you get a player that is willing to play defense and willing to pass the ball, kind of just stop here for a quick second. That's not common in the NBA. The bigger question is, can Lonzo fit a specific need for the Lakers right now? And would he be able to, obviously help this Lakers roster? If you can get Austin Reeves off the ball, I think he's going to be more effective. Now, there's going to be times he's on the ball, but it's not a necessity. It's a luxury. If you can get Anthony Davis, another player that can get him the ball, right time, right place. If you can get a guy like LeBron, sometimes off the ball because somebody else is orchestrating the offense. There's a lot of times I don't know if LeBron can do that at this stage of his career. He just is so accustomed to having the ball in his hands. Stylistically, what Lonzo does, I think it is something that the Lakers need. Stylistically, the fact that Lonzo Ball likes to play defense, likes to distribute the ball, wants to get as many other guys involved, that's his game. His natural ability in the league when he was at UCLA, when he was in high school, whatever the case, he likes dishing the rock. That's it's not common, but he's almost like an old school point guard. That's like, yeah, I'm a point guard. I don't need to try to take 20 shots a game, 25 shots a game. I'm going to get everybody else involved. That concept is something that the Lakers need. Here are my concerns. My concerns is his health. Now, he's played 23 games this year, which is about half the season. Obviously, since he made his return back, that's one of my concerns. And the other concern is offensively, his 3-point shooting, he's not going to be much of an offensive threat. So you got to keep that in mind if you go out there and get a guy like Lonzo Ball. The last thing that I'll say, what's it going to cost? What's Lonzo cost in the market? So those are the things that I think jump off to my head right out the gate is the Lakers need a player like Lonzo Ball. I'm not arguing that for a second. I do think they need a player like him. I do think he can be an asset for the Lakers. I'd much rather have Austin Reeves off the ball than on the ball. I think it makes Austin Reeves' life a hell of a lot easier because right now he's being asked, we need you to be a kind of a facilitator. Now, unless Austin Reeves changes his role and all of a sudden he's basically looking to take 10, 12 shots a game, not 18 to 20 shots a game. But even with that, I don't think it's Reeves' natural that's not his natural game. And there are good defenders, wing defenders, long length defenders, guys that can make Austin Reeves' life miserable. Lonzo is a 6'6" guard that can, certainly make things happen. So I think there's some positives and some negatives. I just don't know if Lonzo becomes a Laker tomorrow, the way he plays the game, that's what the Lakers need. Stylistically, that's what they need. I just don't know what he's going to cost. And, obviously his health is always been a little bit of a concern. All right, let's see some of these comments here. I'm curious to see what some of these Laker fans think about Lonzo. Bron and Lonzo worked, y'all. Forget both them boys had triple doubles together. The way I read that was awful. Bron and Lonzo worked, y'all. Forget both of them boys had triple doubles together. I'll just say this. I'll let me kind of throw this in there. Bron's not the same player, obviously, and Lonzo isn't either. As in, it was his rookie year, so now. Or I think it was his rookie and his sophomore year, but that's going to be the he'll be more developed now at this stage. Will Lonzo's knees hold up? I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Can Lonzo stay healthy? I'm with you on that. Zach LaVine needs Zach LaVine. Here's the problem with Zach LaVine. I think once you traded D'Angelo Russell, I think those days of Zach LaVine are gone. I think once the Lakers traded D'Angelo Russell, that's why I was, really emphasizing that yesterday. When you traded D'Lo, that contract and that expiring contract, I think took away some of those other options to go out there and get a big-time player like a Zach LaVine or a Brandon Ingram or Jimmy. But I think those scenarios are over. All right, let me see what we have here. A couple more, and then we're going to keep going here. Reeves, just another turnover. Who you giving up for Lonzo? Let me check one thing. I want to see Lonzo's. I'm going to look at it in just a second. I'll look at it as we get Sammy in here. So you guys, let me get Sammy Long in the house. You guys know Sammy. Sammy's been putting up every preview video over the course, really the entire season. So he's been kind of setting us up for every game. Sammy, thank you, brother. Thank you for coming on. Good morning, sir.
Alan Sliwa, how you doing?
That hair, man. You got good hair. You got really, really good hair.
I try. I had to put some stuff in it for you this morning. It was looking
wavy. It's looking. Look at you, just killing it. I did when I did a podcast with Marcellus about a week ago. Both of him and I were talking about just basically our bald heads. So you can't come on when we're doing that. Yeah, that doesn't work. What's going on, brother?
That was great. That was Marcellus. Yeah, well, he had Max for years, so you know what I mean. He was normal.
Max had solid hair too. How are you doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
Ready center here.
Ready for tonight. I can't wait. Nothing better than Laker Celtics.
What about you? I'm gonna go off a topic that I was just hitting on. Lonzo Ball. If the Lakers can get him, right price, kind of what he brings to the table. What do you think of Lonzo?
It's an expiring contract, so I guess I can. If it's for a manageable price, they've said a second-round pick, maybe a couple seconds. I guess I could get talked into that. I don't think that really solves any issues. He's not a scorer. I know he plays good defense, and I know he can pass and rebound. He kind of does a lot of what he did. I feel like that's just inviting a lot of drama back into the Lakers' life. We got D'Angelo Russell off the team, and I was always a big D'Lo guy, but D'Lo did bring a lot of drama. If Lonzo comes back, you can only imagine LeVar. LiAngelo's got one of the top songs in America right now, and now Lonzo's back with the Lakers. I couldn't even imagine that press tour he's going to go on. If he's going to come off the bench and be willing to kind of run the offense and stick to the system, sure, if you don't have to give up anything. But I don't think that Lonzo really moves the needle. I think Jared Vanderbilt coming back moves more of a needle than Lonzo Ball coming over.
Okay, a couple things. Here's the beauty. The beauty is you didn't have to give up anything for Vando, right? So Vando's just coming either way. I think sometimes addition by subtraction. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Lonzo's not an offensive player, but Lonzo creates offense. Does Lonzo all of a sudden, because he's a player that can get I'm not crazy about Austin Reeves being the Lakers point guard, right? Yeah. And I think I got a lot of concerns in that. I don't think that's his natural position. But can Lonzo make Dorian Finney-Smith life easier, Austin Reeves life easier, LeBron James life easier, Anthony Davis life easier? Can he all of a sudden just create opportunities that maybe he's not individually giving you more points, but the team is scoring more because he's setting up so many of these different players? They need a player like that. And I do think that they need. I think the experiment and those that were concerned when D'Lo goes saying, "Well, what are you guys going to do on ball?" Clearly, they got issues on ball.
Yeah, so he would help, but is Lonzo going to be okay taking that kind of role? He's been injured a lot of the last few years. Just came back recently. They signed the 4-year, $80 million contract with Chicago. I don't know. Lonzo doesn't seem like a big ego guy. I don't know. Obviously his dad does a lot of talking for him.
Yeah.
But is he okay coming off the bench? Is he okay possibly starting, but really taking a backseat? Maybe it's different now that LeBron's, and he was here with LeBron, but kind of towards the end there, LeBron and Anthony Davis. I do think it'd help, but I don't know that. Like when we hear reports of Anthony Davis and LeBron possibly frustrated about the Lakers not going all in, I think Lonzo is just kind of another Band-Aid because I don't think Lonzo comes back. I don't know how much Lonzo really moves it, is what I'm saying. And I do think defensively it would help because Reeves, we know, is great offensively, but a sieve defensively. They attack him all day.
Yeah, and I basically are our feet move laterally better than Austin Reeves in a pickup game. I mean, the times where I'm like, Reeves, I got him. Let me try.
It would almost be better if Reeves just hung at half court and they just threw alley, like just threw.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay, I got one thing on the drama stuff with Lonzo. I don't think Lonzo is a drama guy, and I don't think Lonzo, his journey and his story. Maybe I'm talking myself more and more into Lonzo. I think he would be down for whatever. Think about Lonzo Ball's journey so far in the NBA. The man is just trying to continue his career as long as he can because of the injuries that he's had. Mm-hmm. He was a number 2 pick for the Lakers. He's from Los Angeles. I don't think Lonzo was ever drama. Like, it's funny when you said Lonzo might bring drama, you never mentioned Lonzo. You just mentioned some people around him, right? Yeah. Like you mentioned whether it's his dad or whatever the case is. I honestly I wouldn't be concerned about any of that stuff. I would just look at Lonzo and I would say, let's use him coming off the bench as an example, which, by the way, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think he's starting for the Bulls right now. I could be wrong, but I thought there was a point where he was coming off the bench. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. And I think for Lonzo also, there's a little bit of like full circle here. I get another shot with the Lakers. This is probably LeBron's last hurrah or close to the final one of it. He can help a team that needs what his skill set and what he brings to the table. And he just doesn't, I don't see Lonzo and drama. I don't think that comes into play. It's interesting. Do I think it's going to be the point you made of, Al, it's not going to like change them all of a sudden. They're now top 3 in the Western Conference. I think that's probably the strongest point to make, is that it's not going to make a significant move. But I do think they need a player like him. If the solution is Austin Reeves setting everybody else up and himself, I'm not a fan of that. All right, if you enjoyed this clip and you want more, just subscribe to the channel. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. is the Sliwa Show. And then after every Lakers game, post-game show right here.